One of the cool, unique things about Logic is the Logic library. And what makes it so awesome is that you can find a lot of cool starting points for things you may want to do in Logic. Need a cool grand piano or electric piano or even strings or a bass sound? If you're recording vocals, want a chain that has EQ, compression, de-essing, and reverb all ready to go, it's all found in the Logic library. Hey everyone, this is the Oreo Monster and you're watching Logic.band. It's a place full of tips, tricks, and tutorials to help you as a blind Logic, macOS, and VoiceOver user. If you haven't already, then please visit Logic.band, the website associated with the channel, and right there on the homepage you'll find a form where you can sign up for the mailing list to get yourself a free Getting Started with Logic course. And if you'd also like some bonus in-depth tutorials and to attend a Q&A with me where I answer your questions in person, then hit the join button on this video and support Logic Band by becoming a member of the channel. And with that out of the way, so depending on what track type you have selected, whether it's a software instrument / MIDI track, a drumming track, or an audio track, the library will reflect patches for that track type. Case in point, when you create a new software instrument track in Logic, it brings up the classic electric piano like I have here.
Track 2 classic electric piano, groove.
But let's say I am going to record a bass guitar, for example, or even some strings. I can jump into the library and find an appropriate sound and start recording right away. Now, the library is going to give us an entire patch. So, for instance, for a software instrument, it's going to give us a synthesizer or a sampler or something of that nature, followed by some audio effects like EQ, compression, delay, and at times sends like to a reverb, for example. You can show and hide the library by pressing the letter Y, but if you press Shift Y, that will jump you right into the library and the search field in there.
Search sound, search text field, blank.
Now, I wouldn't recommend necessarily using the search field because you have to type in the name of the actual patch you're looking for. So if it's something you used before and you know the name of it, you can use the search field. But typing in the word bass, for example, is only going to show you patches that have bass in the title. It's not going to show you all the bass instruments that you can find in the library. So I recommend just browsing through the library. So I'm going to VO right.
Library, browser.
And this puts me on the library browser. And if I interact with this,
Vintage electric piano, 17 of 22.
You see I'm on the vintage electric piano right now, but as I VO down,
Bass.
It shows me all the different categories like bass,
Drum kit, electronic drum kit, guitar, keyboards, mallet, orchestral, percussion, piano,
etc., etc. So if I want a bass, I'm going to go back up to the bass
percussion,
category.
orchestra, mallet, keyboards, guitar, electronic drum kit, bass, user patches, bass.
And I'm going to go into the bass category.
Vintage style bass, column 2 of 2.
And now these are all the different basses
Fretless bass.
that I could use in Logic. And the second I select these, they're active. So you can actually just reach over and play them on your keyboard. So that is what you can find for software instrument track. Now, audio tracks, you have the same special features in the library for audio tracks. So if I go to the track header,
Out of library, group, drummer, group, inspector, group, tracks, group, in track, tracks, group, in track, tracks header, in tracks, track 2 fretless bass, group, track 3 audio 1 inches, group.
and select an audio track, when I go back into the library, I'm going to see patches specifically for audio track. So let's say we want to record some vocals on this track. Let's jump into the library again with Shift Y.
Search sound, search text field, blank.
And if I VO right,
Library, browser.
From the search field, it puts me on the library browser, interact with this.
User patches, 1 of 11.
And if I VO down,
user channel strip settings, drums and percussion, voice, performance patches.
So you see, drums and percussion is cool if you recorded like real drums and you want to have something for those. And
studio
then
instruments.
You have studio
Acoustic
instrument.
Guitar, effects, electric guitar and bass, experimental, legacy.
So let's go back up and find something in the voice patch since we said we wanted to record vocals.
Experiment, electric effects, acoustic guitar, studio instrument, performance patches, voice.
VO right.
60s vocal chorus, column
And
2
we
of 2.
can go through these.
60s vocal flange, 60s vocal phaser, box talking, bright vocal, classic vocal, compressed vocal, dance vocal, edge vocal.
See, there are a lot of patches in here kind of based on genres of music.
Fuzz vocal, narration vocal, natural vocal, slam vocal, telephone vocal, tracking vocal.
And so tracking vocal is probably a good general one to start with. So we'll go with that one and leave it there for now. So you can see how the library can be useful to help you get started creating very quickly in Logic. Plenty of starting points. And the nice thing about the library is you can still edit these sounds to your liking. So if I jump into the mixer with Command 2.
Tracking vocal, partially hidden, channel strip groove, untitled 1 Logics, untitled 1, mixer, tracks, window.
You see that puts me on the channel strip in the mixer where for the track I had selected in the track headers, which was the track and vocal channel strip, the audio track I had selected. If I interact with this channel strip
tracking vocal, partially hidden.
and press VO home to jump to the top of this channel strip, VO right.
Gain reduction meter on. 0 desk off. Equalizer thumbnail. Channel mode. Mono. Switch. Input button. Insert bar button. De-esser 2. Group.
So you see there's a de-esser.
Insert bar button. Channel EQ. Group.
Channel EQ.
Insert bar button. Compressor. Group.
Compressor. So I can interact with, say, this compressor, for example.
Compressor. Group. 3 items. Bypass. Uncheck. Check. Open button.
VO right over to open.
Tracking vocal. Dialog. Tracking vocal. Tracking vocal. Dialog.
Open up this compressor, and if I jump to the end of this window here,
Table. Row 1 of 29.
there's a table here with all the compressor settings, and I just pressed VO end to jump to the end of the window to get to a table, and VO home, if you're on a laptop, is going to be VO FN and left arrow. So if I interact with this table,
row 1 of 29. Threshold, minus 14.0 decibel slider, 70.
You see I have all the parameter controls for this compressor, so I can dial this compressor in to suit my voice after I record it. Same with the EQ, the de-esser, etc. Once again, if when you're doing VO right and you see insert and then you see audio effects and you can't see the name of the actual plugin, if you full screen the mixer window with Command Control F, you'll be able to see the name of the effect, and you can interact with it and go to open it, or go to bypass that effect. So that's an overview of the library in Logic and how useful it can be. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thank you for checking out this tutorial. I hope you found that useful and helpful. If you got any tips you'd love to share with the community, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe both to the YouTube channel and to the email list found at logic.band. That way you can get a free Getting Started with Logic course, and I can let you know when the Logic Keyboard Ninja key commands have been updated and keep you in the loop on everything going on at logic.band. Want to go deeper on this topic or anything relating to macOS, VoiceOver, Logic, or GarageBand? Then book yourself some one-on-one training by visiting logic.band/training. Want to support us? Then visit logic.band/support, where you can make a one-time or ongoing donation. You can also join the band by visiting logic.band/member, or just hit the join button if you're watching this on YouTube, and you'll get bonus tutorials, a Q&A with me, and more. Links to everything plus a blog post with supplemental information for this tutorial is in the description, and as always, happy recording.